You've got to be kidding me. Adam Pearce finally apologizes to Bron Breakker and the Vision. Finally. After months of blatant favoritism, deliberate sabotage, and outright disrespect toward one of the most dominant forces WWE has seen in years. Oh, how generous of him. How magnanimous. Let me just grab my violin and play a sad song for poor Adam Pearce, who finally decided to grow a conscience. This is the same man who sat back and watched Bron Breakker get screwed out of opportunities week after week. The same corporate stooge who deliberately stacked the deck against the Vision while protecting his golden boys on Raw. And now he wants to apologize. Now he wants to make things right. This is too little, too late, and if you think this apology means anything or changes the damage that's been done to Bron Breakker's momentum and the Vision's credibility, then you're not paying attention to how these political games actually work. I'm about to expose exactly why this apology is meaningless corporate damage control, why Bron Breakker should reject it outright, and why Adam Pearce has proven himself to be the most biased, incompetent authority figure in modern WWE history. But before I absolutely destroy this pathetic excuse for accountability, make sure you're subscribed to Ring Rumble 1 and that notification bell is turned on. We're the only channel brave enough to call out WWE's backstage politics and management failures while everyone else is busy kissing up to Triple H's regime. If you're tired of authority figures playing favorites and destroying the careers of legitimate talents like Bron Breakker, then this is your channel. Now let's get into why Adam Pearce's apology is one of the most insulting moments in recent WWE history. Let's establish the facts before we dive into this joke of an apology. Bron Breakker is a second-generation superstar with one of the most legitimate athletic backgrounds in WWE today. This man is a genetic freak, sorry, Scott Steiner, with the intensity, the physicality, and the raw talent that WWE claims they're always looking for. He's dominated NXT, he's transitioned to the main roster, and he's shown time and time again that he has everything it takes to be a main event player. And what has Adam Pearce done? He's systematically held Bron Breakker back. Let me count the ways this man has failed the Vision. Week after week, Bron Breakker has been put in handicap situations where the odds were deliberately stacked against him. While other superstars get protected, while other wrestlers get carefully managed and pushed to the moon, Breakker has been thrown to the wolves. He's been given opponents on short notice, he's been booked in matches where interference was practically guaranteed, and he's been denied the same opportunities that wrestlers with half his talent have been given. And the Vision is a collective. Don't even get me started. When was the last time you saw Adam Pearce give the Vision a fair shake? When was the last time he came out and said, you know what, these guys deserve an opportunity, and I'm going to make sure they get it without any corporate interference? Never. Because Adam Pearce doesn't operate on merit, he operates on politics. The man plays favorites like it's his job. He's got his chosen few that he protects at all costs, and anyone who doesn't fit into his narrow vision of what a WWE superstar should be gets left out in the cold. And Bron Breakker, despite being one of the most naturally gifted athletes on the entire roster, has been one of the biggest victims of this favoritism. So now Adam Pearce apologizes. Great. Wonderful. Should we throw him a parade? Should we give him a medal for finally acknowledging what everyone with two brain cells to rub together has known for months? Here's the problem with this apology, it's not sincere accountability, it's damage control. This is what WWE does when the fan backlash gets too loud to ignore. His position as RAW General Manager. It's about WWE trying to quiet the critics without actually addressing the systemic problems that led to this situation in the first place. And you know what's even more insulting? The way this apology was delivered. Was it a genuine, heartfelt acknowledgement of wrongdoing? Was it a comprehensive explanation of how and why Bron Breakker was treated unfairly? No. It was probably some sanitized, corporate-speak garbage that technically qualifies as an apology while accepting zero real responsibility. Let's talk about what Bron Breakker has actually accomplished and why this apology is such a slap in the face to everything he represents. This man is the son of Rick Steiner and the nephew of Scott Steiner, wrestling royalty. He's got the pedigree, he's got the look, he's got the intensity, and he's got the work ethic. He was a legitimate college football player who could have pursued that career but chose wrestling instead. He committed himself to learning the business the right way, working his way up through NXT, and proving himself at every level. In NXT, Bron Breakker was dominant. He carried that brand on his back during a transitional period. He had incredible matches, he showed personality, he connected with the audience, and he proved that he could handle the pressure of being a featured player. When he moved to the main roster, everyone with any sense expected him to be a priority. Instead, what happened? He got lost in the shuffle. He got booked inconsistently. He got treated like just another guy instead of the special talent that he clearly is. And through it all, Adam Pearce sat in his office, made his little matches, and did nothing to protect or promote one of Raw's most valuable assets. The vision, the collective that Bron Breakker represents, stands for something real in professional wrestling. They represent the idea that talent and hard work should matter more than backstage politics. They represent the frustration that so many wrestlers feel when they're doing everything right but still getting held back by management. They represent the voice of everyone who's ever been overlooked, underutilized, or deliberately sabotaged by people in power. And Adam Pearce's response to all of that was to ignore it until it became a PR problem. That's not leadership, that's cowardice. Let's address the elephant in the room that nobody in WWE wants to talk about. Adam Pearce plays favorites, and it's destroying the credibility of Raw's entire booking structure. Look at how certain superstars are treated compared to Bron Breakker. Look at how quickly some wrestlers are pushed into title opportunities while others languish in catering. Look at how some performers get protected in defeat while others are fed to whoever WWE needs to get over that particular week. The inconsistency is staggering, and it all comes down to Pearce's biased management style. When one of his favorites gets disrespected or attacked, Pearce is out there immediately making matches, handing out suspensions, and ensuring that justice is served. Do everything you need to know about his priorities. He doesn't care about fairness, he cares about maintaining his power structure and protecting the status quo. Here's where things get interesting, and here's where Bron Breakker has an opportunity to show what he's really made of. What does he do with this apology? Because in my opinion, if Bron Breakker has any self-respect, if he has any awareness of how he's been treated, he should reject this apology outright. He should look Adam Pearce dead in the eye and tell him that empty words mean nothing without action. You want to apologize to Bron Breakker? Great. Put him in the main event. Give him a championship opportunity. Stop booking him in BS situations designed to make him look weak. Give the Vision the platform they deserve. Give them the same opportunities you freely hand out to your favorites week after week. An apology without substantive change is worthless. It's performative nonsense designed to make Pearce look good without actually addressing any of the underlying problems. And if Bron Breakker accepts this apology without demanding real change, then he's complicit in his own mistreatment. But here's what I think is going to happen, and this is what makes me absolutely furious. WWE is going to treat this apology like it's some major turning point. They're going to act like Pearce has taken responsibility and everything is fixed now. They're going to move forward like the slate has been wiped clean, and we're supposed to forget months of terrible booking and deliberate sabotage. And you know what the worst part is? A lot of fans will go along with it. They'll accept this meaningless apology, they'll praise Pearce for doing the right thing, and they'll completely forget that none of this should have happened in the first place. This situation with Bron Breakker and Adam Pearce's apology is a symptom of a much bigger problem in WWE. The authority figure structure is broken. Think about how many times we've seen this exact pattern play out. An authority figure plays favorites, talented wrestlers get held back, fans complain, and eventually WWE issues some kind of half-hearted acknowledgement before moving on without making any real changes. It's the same cycle over and over again. The problem is that we's authority figures have too much power and not enough accountability. They can make arbitrary decisions, they can play favorites, they can destroy careers, and there are no consequences. Even when they apologize, even when they admit wrongdoing, nothing actually changes. Adam Pearce should face real repercussions for how he's treated Bron Breakker. There should be oversight. There should be someone holding him accountable. But there isn't, because WWE's power structure is designed to protect people like Pearce while leaving talented performers like Breakker vulnerable to their whims. And this is why so many wrestlers get frustrated and eventually leave WWE. It's not always about money or creative freedom in the abstract, it's about being tired of fighting against a system that's rigged against them. It's about realizing that no matter how talented you are, no matter how hard you work, if you're not one of management's chosen few, you're going to spend your entire career fighting for scraps. 3 months from now, then the vision has failed. Not because Bron Breakker isn't talented enough, not because the idea wasn't valid, but because WWE's system is too corrupt, too political, too entrenched in favoritism to allow real change. Adam Pearce's apology to Bron Breakker and the vision is too little, too late. It's corporate damage control masquerading as accountability. It's a PR move designed to quiet criticism without addressing any of the systemic problems that led to this situation. Bron Breakker deserves more than an apology, he deserves action. He deserves opportunities. He deserves to be treated like the generational talent that he clearly is. And the vision deserves to be more than just a catchy name, it deserves to be a genuine movement that changes how WWE operates. But I'm not holding my breath. Because I've seen this pattern too many times before. WWE talks a big game about change, about doing better, about treating talent fairly, but when the cameras stop rolling, it's the same old politics, the same old favoritism, the same old BS. This is Ring Rumble 1, and we're going to keep watching this situation closely. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Should Bron Breakker accept Pearce's apology, or should he demand real change? Do you think WWE will actually treat the vision fairly going forward, or is this just more corporate lip service? And what consequences should Adam Pearce face for months of biased management? Let's have a real conversation because WWE needs to know that we're not accepting apologies without action. Smash that like button, share this video with every wrestling fan who's tired of seeing talent wasted, and let's make our voices heard.